live from Dr. Mia's bedroom. It's Tuesday afternoon. Some of us remember some of these things. I guess they still do that. Yeah, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in a while, so I'm not really sure. But that's what used to happen. Yeah, hi. It is Dr. Mia Lueth. It's 1:31 p.m. It is 7:15, 2025, which is July 15th, the year 2025. And the time is according to Eastern U.S. New York time. So just so you guys know, there are some people that I'm gonna have to really start unfollowing some people because I may be following too many people now and don't have enough follows. So, like a lot of these don't seem like they're legit. So I have to go through, of course, with the spirit, sit down and go through this. I really don't want to do that, but on the other hand, some people are. I don't know. It just seems like right. There's people who just automatically think that I like to sit around and do nothing all day. And yeah, so far the 24-hour day hasn't changed. And if you guys don't understand what uh, functional neurological disorder is, then please look it up. And if you can't look it up, maybe you can find somebody who can do that for you. That is what I've been diagnosed with. I do have tons of doctors, two of them neurologists, and I got burned out on going to doctors. And what people need to understand is, see, there's legal paperwork that I'm working on right now to make sure that everybody knows. Do not resuscitate me. I will make sure that there is someone who will sue you penniless and blind if you do that. So there's paperwork I need to do. And yeah, there's surgeries I could get, but they seem, it just, I don't care. Okay. People, if you can't like recognize the fact that you're mortal and you're going to pass away, okay, trying to pretend like it's not going to happen does not work. Okay. It doesn't. Right. And so, yes, it's proper to have proper paperwork. And it's all my people. I have to find a new power of attorney, which is getting difficult because a lot of people I know have died. So I had to redo all my paperwork. But yeah, I have paperwork that I'm setting up for do not resuscitate. Uh, I did try and find out the legalities of having do not resuscitate tattooed. And some medical people have told me that if it really came right down to it, and I was unconscious, and they saw it, right, they would probably just break down, die of natural causes. Some would, okay, but I do have a do not resuscitate, and I'm looking at 10 years tops. Probably not going to be that much. So yeah, I'm having one of these. Uh, my left hand side is not cooperating as well as it usually is, so. Yeah, it's people with Parkinson's and a couple other movement disorders kind of understand that when you sit and you rest, like, yeah, my body, it starts getting worse because I don't know why. It took me a very long time to finally get to Johns Hopkins. Yeah, and so once I did, it was like, okay, well, these are all probably. I don't think I have a bunch of little illnesses. All these are all probably, yes, all covered under the functional neurological disorder diagnosis. Okay, so yes, I was misdiagnosed twice. Okay, and it did cause me harm. So I'm allowed to sue for that. Okay, I'm not a very litigious person, but I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, some of this does need to be shoved out into the light. Okay, and people need to see it, and it needs to be talked about. And so, no, some of you, I, I will not settle at a freaking court. Nope, I'm going to drag you through it. Some people may not realize that people with Barrett's esophagus, GERD, yeah, it's more than just reflux and heartburn. Okay, right. It can actually cause you cough. Okay, you can look that up too. Don't go based on what you know in your head. If you're going to come at me with some stuff, okay. Like I said, I proved God using scientific empirical method. Okay, so those kinds like, well, yeah, I studied evolution, so I got A's and everything evolution based in yeah, colleges. Okay, but that didn't mean I was buying into it. All right, and yeah, I mean, I could say to some evolutionists, if you happen to be an atheist, it's like, yeah, well, you'll change your mind. It's not my job. Don't worry, God got this. It, it's what I'm trying to say is like, what? There's a lot of bullshit online. Let me just tell you. Right, there is. I'm like, what the? Anyway, so yeah, I don't do like typical reads, so I don't really, but I will check in with people sometimes. And so live video, right? If I can see you and hear you, I can kind of like determine, all right, well, you might need to heal from this, or maybe, there's some things you need to talk about with your mother, or whatever the case may be, right? To try and resolve things and reconcile things. Yes, preferably before you pass away. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've already been through so much. I've been in car accidents. I had, yeah, all kinds of crap. Okay, my body is not going to hold on for another 10 years. That's just ridiculous. And there are people who are getting really pushy with me, and so I'm going to do a lot of blocking. And I wish I didn't have to. Okay, but trust me, you can be held responsible for your actions if they are against civil law, human rights, But especially in the United States of America, like more and more court cases are accepting, right, your social media stuff, your right. It could be like your personal stuff. They can come take away all your stuff if they really, you know, are looking for some kind of, yeah, they can. Well, I mean, the feds can. I don't even know. Maybe state police can at this point, but maybe I don't know. Okay, I'm not law enforcement, and I keep trying to, say that as like I'm not law enforcement, but I know many, and I've worked alongside some law enforcement, so I'm not completely unaware of some things. So yeah, I now have to go and pretty much unfollow some. Some are radio stations and some are music promoters, so I'm keeping them on because yes, I promote music everywhere I go all the time. Okay, I think that music is for every single human. There are things that can be felt. Yep, even for deaf people. Okay, there are a lot of deaf people can feel music. Right, they can have sensation of it. So you yeah, some of this stuff that I've been looking at, I'm gonna have to spend time now. I don't have a lot of time, is what I'm trying to say. And people, if you don't understand, okay, like I I'm just dumb. That's not a good sign for somebody because I already got the freaking win, man, and I'm aware of it, and you're not. But there are real world, yes, earthly consequences for a lot of this stuff. You understand? There are. But that is the other thing is that angels can know and see things that humans can't. Okay, so I don't suggest anthropomorphizing angels, holy angels. Okay, holy or fallen, assuming that's what happened. All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of information that some people may not have. So, um, I think there's a few people pretending to work for Interpol, and in the United States, it is not. It is, yes, seriously frowned upon if you are, yep, trying to tell somebody that you are law enforcement and you are not law enforcement. Yes, like human law enforcement, like police officers and agents and things like that. Okay, please don't do that online. That, yes, that can lead to an inquiry into you, right? Because it is not appropriate to do that. And in the United States, there are ways to handle that. So yeah, I mean, I need some pro bono lawyers, but it's like I said, for the most part, I mean, I've done a lot of legwork, and I make sure to keep, evidence and all those kind of things. So, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But some of you Christians, it's like you don't really have an excuse for not helping me with a music ministry that I legally did, according to the state and federal governments. Right? Fine. It's, it's not my loss. It's everybody else's loss. Oh, man. Hello. Yes. Hello. Hi. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Okay. No problem. Thanks. So yeah. Sorry. If it's medical, then I usually answer it, and I don't really care. See, I don't have anything to hide from any particular U.S. government official or law enforcement, federal, state, local. Not a single thing do I have to hide. Zip. And that's why I'm perfectly comfortable getting online and saying, well, it would be really hard for people to find dirt on me unless they tried to manufacture it, and there wouldn't be anybody who would be able to do that. But yeah, not successfully. I mean, don't waste your time. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I'm grateful that I do have this smartphone. I don't really like smartphones. Okay, they're bulky. People don't make clothing. Like rare few people make clothing that you can put this in a safe, and it's just I don't freaking know. Like, I don't care. I don't have to like it. Okay, I don't have to like a band because someone else likes a band. I don't have to like an ice hockey club because someone else likes an ice hockey club. I don't have to, like going around, all night long and act like a crazy teenager because I'm not one. Okay? I don't care if you like me or not. Freaking unfollow me. Be done with it. But I have put post for all occasions. I was doing that on my my blog, which I've been doing for a really long time, since 1998, technically, and then yeah, getting some of it up in 1999. Right. Okay, so I've been online doing these things, and it really has. More and more people that jump on don't really understand how it all works. Okay, and a lot of people are not trained investigators, but I am. Okay, and I not only have school, but I have real world experience, and yeah, I mean, I've been independently studying for years on end. Years. Okay? It's not about something to fall back on. I mean, I was forced to work for a living. So I went to college. I did well after a while, yeah. And yeah, and then I really hit the nerd. Yeah. And like then I started getting traction. Oh, what's this? Oh, wait. I gotta learn, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of like out of money that way to do that. I'm not worried about it. Okay. It's Yeah, for me, I know it's not punishment. Just waiting patiently, right? Uh, Jesus. Yeah, that one. I don't care what you say. I like none of you be able to. Nobody will. So that's why I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna have to put gravity in your situation so that you understand the gravity of your situation. Some of you, right? You think you can't be found because you're like clever online or something. Okay. That's why I'm like, I'm sure law enforcement appreciates all of you cocky people who, right, think they're, so smart. They're outsmarting everybody. All right, whatever. Whatever. So, yeah, I use this pretty much. Uh, I only have a little bit of data. So, I can use it when I'm at home because I can use home data, but I don't have a lot of data. Okay. I don't care how much data costs. I can't afford it. It's a simple. Like, well, I don't have money for that. So I guess I can't have that. I don't want to go in debt. I don't have credit cards anymore. Somebody was trying to use my personal identity sensitive, but that's the other thing. It's like, what United States government, you guys are the ones that got hacked and my personal information went out. I mean, I'm cool, man. I handle government employees' personal sensitive data way better, man. Okay. Right, it's government contractor. I did talk about the DEA with something. That's true. They can look that up, but that's only for them. Yeah. So okay. So what I'm saying is, most of these are all medical related. Do you understand? Most of them medical related. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so no, I don't have time in more than one way. All right, I don't. I'm aware of it. Okay, I'm not gonna like avoid shit because like and wait till yeah. I don't do that. I don't need to run for my life because I'm not on the run from anybody. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, this is what I'm getting at. So I'm just like, I put this stuff online and it is really not okay. That there are people mostly pretending to be celebrities, right? Coming at me like, did I tell anybody I needed like new friends or something? I mean, when I tell people I'm like, I have a serious freaking illness, man. And yeah, well, the depression comes from PTSD, right? And it starts because I'll flashback and I'm like, what the fuck, man? War sucks, people. What the fuck? Everybody's been in one, probably agrees. Yeah, I'm a peacemonger, okay? I don't know what it is I can do about it except for just continue to be a peacemonger about the whole thing. Yes, love is love, and lover's gonna love. There is such a thing as unconditional love. Sure, there is. That is the truth. I am also, yes, highly qualified as a spiritual healer in the state of Maryland. Okay, so yes, I have degrees, but I'm not going to talk about my dead family anymore. If you don't want to do some fucking research about me on goddamn line, because I have been sharing online since 1998, then accept this. Do you understand? Okay, two fingers down for you, man. Okay, this is hello, rock and rollers. Okay, this is goodbye. All right, and this is okay. You gotta get the fuck down and stay down all the way to the floor. Bye bye. Don't contact me again. Okay, simple. Hello, goodbye, and fuck off. Never come back to me again. Leave me alone. Okay, but I do use bad language. That's why I say 21 and over, please. this is boring for some people because they don't give a shit about theoretical physics, and just because they don't understand certain things doesn't mean certain things aren't real. Doesn't mean certain things aren't there. That you can't see everything, right? Because none of you are God. And certainly not to me, you are. Okay, right? I know humans are humans. Things happen. I get it. Now, yeah, this is basically my life, and I try and explain some things as I go. Uh, so yeah, this is a lot. Okay, I've got to fit in. Let's see. Uh, have to go to Social Security and change my address and phone number. Still working with social services because there's a back pay situation coming. I belong to a program that helps with mental health. I mean, I put it to you this way: I have no choice because my family can't take care of me. Why? Because they're dead. Okay, they're dead. I'm not going to talk about them anymore. So if I get pissy with you online, don't fucking attack me. Okay? I haven't had to do it since 1999. Okay? Somewhere in the early 2000s, I had to do some blocking of people and so on and so forth on, right? Like, okay, no contact. You're not allowed to have contact with me. Okay? All right. I also know that most law enforcement officers would not, right, DM me. And, yeah. Okay? I know that. I understand law enforcement training, and some of it is basic for every. It doesn't even matter. You could be you could be federal, you could be state, you could be local, whatever. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I have a therapist. See my therapist every week. Okay. In order to be respectful to people I'm in the room with, groups that I go to, and some other kind of things. Look, I don't care if you're Telegram. I don't care what your Telegram. I don't care. Like what? Okay, God. Yeah, I. I'm getting tempted to cut off a woman's ear. So I definitely need you to jump in here. And yes, thank you very much, Holy Spirit. I appreciate it. Right. Okay. I'm highly qualified to do certain things, but there's certain things I can't do. Why? Because I have a neurological disorder that is very similar to Parkinson's. As a matter of fact, right, when I'm sleeping, sometimes because I have periodically movement disorder, which is a part of, yes, I toss and turn a lot. It's a national situation, and so I've said that too. Like if I got married or had a, right, if I would not sleep in the same bed as that person. I let them know ahead of time, like, no, no, you don't want that. Plus, I'm willing to admit that sometimes my gas is like a secret weapon. Like like I can't even. Then it follows you around, man. Some of it's medication, some of it's because I have gastroparesis, and some of it is also because, some of the foods that a lot of people eat don't break down the same way for me that they do for other people. I'm losing my teeth because why? Yes, I have two medications to do that. One makes teeth weak at the gums, and the other makes teeth brittle. So two different medications. People keep trying to, apply me full of medications, and it's like, excuse me, I, I, I don't think I need that medication in the first place. And no, no, thank you. Okay, and I'm not being heard by my medical people, so I have to now, right? Oh, I know I'm the problem. I'm not the problem in this world. Not even close. I don't care in heaven. I'm not like, look, I'm good to go. I haven't lost my divine source. And some of you are just if you are humans using the computer, I mean, if it's a program or it's AI, oh yeah, I'm ready to sue some creators. Maybe you didn't have foresight, so you didn't plan for stuff. Well, so that's the thing is our forefathers and founding fathers in the United States did have the foresight to put something in that says, okay, well, two-thirds ratification if you need to change something having to do with the Constitution. An amendment, putting in an amendment, but there is also a way to remove an amendment. Okay? Okay. I do have some European characteristics because I grew up with two Europeans. Some of us, yes, hand talk. We do that a lot. And that's not necessarily quote an American thing, but it is. That's why I picked it up, just with my family. So no, I'm not gonna talk about my dead kids anymore or my dead family anymore. But yeah, we were hit with all kinds of things. Yeah, cancer and everything else. And yeah, I mean, cancer needs to go down. Obviously, like fuck that shit. Just fuck it all up. Figure out how it works. Sometimes some researchers might be able to. Yeah, like what's it? Yeah, reverse. What's it called? No, reverse engineering. Yeah, some can. And then, yeah. Well, blood cancer's a pain in the ass because it's like it's in your blood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like something you can just like scrape up for skin damage. It's not the same. Like you need your blood in your body at all times for the most part, right? And that is the other thing is that it can travel. It travels through your blood. Okay, so you might be all right here, and then let's just take care of that. But it's been in your blood, so then yes, any which way where there might be a little bit, yep, it can kind of take you down. So I mean that is my story. It's not changing because it's real, and I've put a lot of stuff online, and nobody's got a right to like push me online to go get a Telegram account or a Zangy account or whatever. Okay, and anybody's tried to use my personal sensitive information data to like start a I don't even know investment account or where like okay well you better be Jesus because if you aren't you might as well just turn yourself in because they'll take it easy on you probably a little bit if you do that. That's how most of the time it works. Okay. Right. So yeah, no, I know. I look. People are like, "Oh, your eyes, you look stunning." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not." I'd be honest with you, but yeah, see, these are. Yeah, I had a situation with an infection too, and one of the things that happened, yeah, blew up, and I've had my face like twice the size, yeah, of my actual face, twice in my life, and yeah, that was maybe say 7, 8 years ago, and yes, I was all ballooned up and all that, and everything returned to normal except right that like my eyelids stay half shut. I have to quite literally like I gotta walk around surprised in order to do this. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. But there are a lot of things people are not aware of, and yeah, I'm a PhD holder, the doctor, but I'm not a doctor of medicine. So I mean, I thought about it, but yeah, I can. I mean, people understand. Like my body wakes me up at 4 o'clock, and I've done enough working with sleep specialists to know. Yeah, you don't lay there. At some point, you get up and try and do something. You have roommates can't clean in the middle of the night, not vacuum or anything, but I can do other things, including this. And yeah, email. I got to clean it out. There's all kinds of stuff. I don't have any personal assistant or anybody like that. Well, I can't afford anybody like that. But yeah, I do look for grants and I look for scholarships every so often. And, there may be a functional neurological disorder, trial or something. Yes, that I could maybe hook up with. I know I've mentioned University of Edinburgh in Scotland. Okay, right. They also, yeah, there's a lot going on in there that suits me wonderfully. Hello, Scotland. Hi. What's up, University of Edinburgh? Yeah. So they also, right, study these things, and a lot of them know what functional neurological disorder is. But yeah, and, psychokinesis, yeah, that is of interest to me in study. Some people will actually, yeah, do that, and it's not because of ghosts in your. It's somebody in your home is, yes, unknowingly, right, using psychokinesis. It can happen, right, sometimes, but telepathy is not like some kind of thing, for the future. However, it's like I said, okay, there's some people, you are not made for that. You're not built for that, and you've done absolutely no training or preparation. Okay. Well, all those people who are making the people around me, dysfunctional, hey, fuck you and your goddamn parent too. You've caused harm. Because when they can't fucking function, and people were relying on them, it's like killing the mama deer. Yeah, daddy deer goes away after you. All right. Okay. So yeah, now there's another one. I don't know. I got a lot of Elon Musk freaking fake accounts going on here. But yeah, I'm actually starting to maneuver more and more to this rather than on my ex account because yeah, I there's some things that I want to make sure I say before I pass away, and I'm not gonna sit around and wait until I'm like barely able to function because of yes old age and other kinds of things. So I gave away a lot of money because I was very sick. And yeah, I was like, I'd rather just do it while I'm still alive so I can make sure it fucking happens. But I have not yet rebuilt my wealth. And yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about that. It says in scripture, God knows what we need. I don't need to be running around looking for right. So no, I'm not gonna cycle with any of you anymore. Screw that. I'm done. I moved on. But I will get law enforcement involved on every level. And I don't suggest anybody contact me pretending to be law enforcement when in fact you are not. Okay? That's not a good idea. Some lost their divine protection. I know this is fact. That's common for some people. Um, so, yeah, I have a multitude of things that I need to take care of in a day that many of you probably don't think of. Okay? Right. I'm also at fall risk. I get vertigo sometimes. Yep. Like there's certain things that there's really no rhyme or reason how these things could ebb and flow. So ebb and flow with the sleeping. Yeah, I'm constantly right, tossing and turning, tossing and turning. It's not because I like. It's got nothing to do with guilt or anything. I'm not guilty of anything. Like according to right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not worried about it. Right. Like, and at least I put my real face online, and I am who I say I am, and that can be confirmed. Okay, my legal name is Maria. Okay, all right. So it's either Maria or it's Mia. I've been called Mia since I was a little kid. So basically, stick with that. I plan on just changing it to Mia when I got married. That hasn't happened, so yeah, nickname or alias if you're from the U.S. government. I have lots of aliases. That's funny. I think it's funny. Yeah, there's some people scamming online, and I'm rooting for God to make them stop. No matter where you are, but if you're in the U.S. and you're attacking fellow U.S. citizens, Right. Well, that could be considered terrorism. Terrorism, depending on yeah, the content and the sheer volume of what I'm saying. Yeah. So I have to go through and block a lot. So I don't really have that many followers. Some of these are not appropriate accounts. And so that's that. But yeah, I'm trying to get paperwork together for Do Not Resuscitate. I am taking a big break from trying to look at documentary footage because I have plenty of the things that I need to take care of. Okay. Yeah. So I don't. If I'm tossing it, yeah, I toss. I would not. I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm a future husband. I don't know about all that. But hey, if you're out there, you just have to deal with the fact. Nope, we're gonna sleep in separate beds because there's no way. Right. It is a constant thing. Sometimes I sleep through it. And see, this is the thing is that sometimes my body is so tired it's not getting proper rest of sleep. Right. And like I quite literally have pulled muscles and damaged the ligament just from sleeping and tossing and turning. Yep. Pulled muscles, damaged the ligament. I woke up like, what the hell kind of fight did I get into in the middle of the night? Like what? And yeah, because I toss and turn, and yeah, it did. It really did a number on me. And at one point, yes, I pulled like three muscles, and then I thought I was getting my feet on the ground, and I wasn't. So then I fell and smacked my head. It's great. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever, man. Like you just take it day at a time. Okay. So I can't help but laugh at some of it because like I don't really have any other way of explaining it to anybody except for well, could you please just get paperwork on functional neurological disorder? Okay, it comes with a host of things like fibromyalgia. Okay, that's not some fake illness, people. Right, lifelong PTSD. Right, it's another reason that I still do a little bit of therapy and try coping mechanisms. But I mean, some stuff. Yeah, it's just been with me for so long. Anyway, so I have some tips about that I put online that might help me. So people with PTSD, sharing information is good because there might be some coping mechanism things that work for other people. So I just put it online, and if somebody finds it, it's helpful, but doesn't fit you. That's fine. Doesn't fit you. And I have a much smaller room now, much smaller. So some of these things I wanted to do, yes, I mean, I need to do it in a studio. There we go. Yes, also, as you can see behind me, that's something else I gotta do. Right, full laundry, make the bed. Okay, so I'm usually busy between 7:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. There are doctors that have groups. I go to therapy. I do my labs. I like to do my labs first thing in the morning because a lot of my labs are fasting labs. Yeah. Oh, blackout. I'm trying to fix my lights. Just fell over because I picked up the computer. Yeah. So I don't care about lighting anymore. I mean, some of that stuff, don't care anymore. Uh, what else? Yeah, I I don't. I I needed someone. It's sort of like, are you one of my parents? No, you're one of my brothers. No, okay. This is what I'm getting at. So some of these people on DM, like, what the? I don't care what you want. No, I want all kinds of stuff too. Well, the one thing I don't want is functional neurological disorder. Okay, it is a movement disorder similar to Parkinson's, except the stages aren't mapped out very well. So it's just a big surprise every day what your body is going to be doing that you're trying to like, yep. So I've been having that issue that, yeah, I'm moving around a lot more because I can't help it. My whole left side just wants to move. And it's not tardive dyskinesia, Okay, I've been through all this crap, and the people around me are acting like I'm like I'm preparing to die. And I want to leave paperwork for whoever behind and good instructions so that it's just easy. Okay, I have a lot of difficulty, like after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. I had to spend a lot of time just trying to do some like exercise. Sometimes that helps, muscle rigidity. Muscle rigidity is, yep, that's a part of it. Stuff, yeah, the tremors also happen. The Bell's palsy. There's times when I forget the term for it, but it's like I'm thinking of a word and I can't get my mouth. I have to wait like this long. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it can take that long word out of my mouth. And some people, they don't want to be patient, and then like, what's the matter with you? I have neurological functional disorder. Okay, like the spiritual stuff. I'm nobody. I'm undefeatable when it comes to that way, not because I'm all on my own. You understand what I'm trying to say? Right. So I am. I mean, I will be a little bit the way I say things because now I'm like, excuse me, I don't even care if you are a famous freaking celebrity. That does not mean that you can get online and bother me and, take it personally because we've never met in person. See, that's the thing is not everybody I meet online is a friend. Okay. Right. So, uh, yeah. So I'm also working on my bucket list, which has to do with, yeah, making sure there's paperwork and making sure there's, you know, trying to see what I can about getting a documentary out, which is going to take me, I have to slow down sometimes. I've got, uh, yeah, two regular doctor's appointments, uh, three regular doctor's appointments every month. I have to do uh, blood labs and urine every month. I gotta be careful with my sugar uh, and carbs and other kind of things. I'm trying to determine what kind of medication works best for certain things. There's certain types of medications I can't take because it can exacerbate. Yeah, I have trouble. I'm having trouble with charms, and I'm having trouble also. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting some good sleep, but it's either I have a hard time falling asleep, and I get about 4 hours good sleep, or I'm just tired. I fall asleep, but then I'm up at like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So my body really I only really get 4 hours of sleep. The matter that right, where I can sort of so when you go long enough, like yeah, you can start to wear and tear you down, and that's what happens. So I have lots of doctors. Some of them disagree with each other. This is the other thing. It's like, okay, well now I need to get a third opinion. Like, okay, right? I'm like, I don't care. Okay, nobody on this planet, okay, has a right to take it personally. Which some of you, I mean, I don't even give a shit. What are you trying to, what are you trying to do? What's the goal? Okay, you're probably not doing it right. Yeah, so I have to turn in some people because you know it just isn't okay. It's not okay to do some of those things, and it's not okay for anybody to expect that I'm just going to keep answering the same question over and over again. Okay, when I've put a lot of my life out loud online. Okay, so I have proof of a lot of things if someone really needs it. But yeah, I mean, it's like, excuse me, people. Some of you is like, why do you think you're entitled to certain information? And why do you think do you, like create time? I'm like, I mean, Jesus can, right? I don't know. He does stuff, shorten the distance, and I think he's got mad skills. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, we're all different in certain ways, but there's certain things we're, very similar as human beings about and other kind of things. So, right, I know I might be a hybrid. Oh no, I'm not hiding. I don't like to be falsely accused. And in the United States of America, I can take you to court for that. Okay? That's what I'm planning on doing. Somebody also stole, opened the box and Laugh.com. That one is on several places. Yes, it's been archived one place, and then yes, it's been archived another place, and it may have even been archived one other place. I'm not really sure. I'm waiting to talk to somebody I haven't seen in a while. Um, yeah, they were busy. Yeah, just traveling around a lot, trying to do research. And yeah, there's like places where like you gotta ride the bus with the chickens. So yeah, not a lot of like ways to, in human terms, communicate. Uh, there are a lot of things that people say online that are actual false. Yeah, slander, libel, that kind of stuff. I mean, in the United States, you guys got to be more careful, man. I'm just being honest, right? So I have the right to sue. I have the right, definitely, to pro bono lawyer because entertainment lawyer because I got all kinds of proof and evidence that somebody stole, right? And if they at any point made money off of it, right? That's one thing because I standard market it, and when I standard market, it also includes yes the actual concept, not just the name, but everything that goes with it. Right? Yes, you standard market before you trademark. That costs money. There are a lot of things cost money. People running around like you're surprised when shit doesn't go your way. We didn't do any preparation, okay? And I can't help any of you who just absolutely refuse to accept there are spiritual situations that go on all the time and who refuse to accept like I don't want to be around people trying to like, it'll get better. I'm like, no, it won't. And the reason I got like this is because I had to rely on my own income since the time I was 18 years old. And my whole family's dead, man. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm allowed to get online. I'm allowed to say certain things that I'm allowed to say. Okay? Too many pushy assholes in my DMs right now. All right? Like create time. It's like, no, I don't really know how to create time without causing myself harm. So fuck off. Out of my hands, man. Don't know what else to tell you. Oh, I gave it all to the right creator of all things. I don't know what else to say. Well, it's been like that for a while. But some of you, like, what the fuck are you attacking me for, man? All right, you listen to some dumbass. Right. Well, some of them I understood at a certain point. I'm like, oh, I know why you guys are attacking me, right? Because they never told you. And yeah, families, a bunch of freaking assholes who, right, weren't looking out for your best interest. Yeah. I like the end of war is what I'm getting at. Like, fuck. So that's not God's plan. I mean, I'm 100% sure of it. I'm not hiding either yet, definitely. So, yeah, when it comes to the parapsychology, I really do think that, especially if you're in college, right, some universities and colleges can do interdisciplinary studies. You got to have some physics in there. You got to have, right, some natural science, so you can kind of say, okay, well, this is kind of natural, right? Okay, right, and then other investigation skills. Yeah, writing, English speaking skills, doing like, you know, yeah, like some kind of mentor program, or getting hooked up for credit to do some study or whatever it is. Just a lot of people aim toward ufology. And now they're called UAPs. Yes, UAP. Uh, and that's more recent, but they're called UAPs now. Right. I mean, there's actually pretty decent evidence for some of it, and it needs to be seen in a lot of different perspectives, including scientifically. Okay. Um, so there are ways to prove certain things. Yeah, this is the case. There's a bunch of child spies who have been blinded because I live in the United States of America. And I don't really appreciate that you expose children to that kind of stuff. When they get older, when they're ready, child spies. It's child abuse. Okay? Got that? Over there? You guys keep fighting? For what? Israel, Palestine. What is worth all that? Anywhere. Nothing is. I don't give a shit. I know there's like, advertisements for child spies. Okay, well, until the age of 15, I don't give a shit if anyone doesn't like it. They're all blinded, and they may not spy in any way whatsoever, whether they're in America or anywhere else on planet Earth. When they're 15. That's right. Suggest child spies, like, oh, here, spy on these people. Right, but some of them, do all kinds of kinky weird shit to each other, and there's all kinds of fucking shit about, oh, they get all up in some of the drug dealers. I don't even know, and I don't even care. It's called child abuse, is what that is. So I'm working on my bucket list, and I have to keep trying to tell people, I'm like, I probably only got 10 years left. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've had damages from other things. Right. And, comes to, yeah, blood cancer, which some don't get treatments for that. There are actually people who don't get treatments. And I don't want to be a titanium from the waist down. So I'm also trying to get involved in conversations that have to do with death with dignity. That might mean I need to move somewhere else. Right. Either a different state, a different country. But I'm also using my no fear whistleblower protection. But I don't want to whistleblow the press. Right. I want a department that's not the Department of Homeland Security, but has everything to do with, like, yes, firearms and other kind of, yeah, training, military, law enforcement. But FBI is one of them. Yeah. Okay. Uh, am I? Yeah, UAPs. I mean, that is kind of interesting, to be honest, because I've seen some things in the sky. But again, didn't get it recorded, so I get it. But in my mind, because of how much you're seeing, like, oh, that's not normal. That doesn't. Yeah, satellites don't work that way. And here's the other thing: is some of this stuff in the sky, especially at night. Sometimes it happens during the day. Yeah, it flashes. Okay, and yeah, I've already checked all the weather. There was no sign of any kind of on anything on Doppler. No sign of any right kind of atmospheric conditions that would produce lightning or anything like that. Right? Plus, it doesn't make any sound. You wait. There's no sound. Yeah, and the old satellites. Okay, some people will say, no, that's just old satellites. Like, yeah, like flashing out, burning out, and flashing, and they hit, part of our atmosphere. Uh, the iridium satellites. But like, there was like a month or so in my lifetime, like every night I went out. I mean, like more than one. It was sort of like paparazzi in the sky stuff going on. I'm like, I had to make sure I triple checked everything. Okay, it's not lightning. There's nothing on anybody's radar or something like that. National weather's not showing that. Like, yeah, NOAA is not right. So it's not like a phenomenon like lightning. And yeah, they could be iridium. But the problem is that if that's iridium, if you people want to tell me that that is the iridium satellites like falling out and hitting the atmosphere and just burning up and flashing out, well then how much fucking space trash is up there? Okay, I don't have anything to hide. Okay, so yeah, I talk about my medical stuff online because maybe other people need to feel like they're not alone. I know what it's like to lose children. I know what it's like to lose family. I know what it's like to, lose independence because, yeah, health situation or, somebody like ran you over with the car. You know. So, yeah, I'm not envious of people with a lot of money. I've known a few, and like I said, one passed away. Yeah, he inherited that wasn't his money, but yeah, my friend over in the UK got blown up by the IRA. Well, that's what I was saying. It's like I wasn't mad about it. It was just one more of those things. Like, what the fuck are you guys fighting about? Is it worth any of it? Human lives are not. It's not collateral damage. There's no such thing as collateral damage. Right. But I'm also hanging around some people who were taught to pretend and do certain things. They're pretending to be mentally ill, some of them, so they can get social security. And I'm around a few of them sometimes, and I am. I'm getting to the point where it's just like, okay, some of these people are committing fraud, social services, social security. So they're hiding assets. Right. Anyway, yeah, that's not right. That hurts taxpayers. See, y'all thinking you're hurting the government. It's like, no, you're hurting taxpayers. Right. So, yeah. I started a ministry. I kept putting places looking for volunteers because really, yeah. But God's in control. I don't really know how else to put that. Right. And Right. I'm working on my bucket list. And I probably got, 10 years of life left. Right. So, you know, I'm trying to do what I can and speak up and say things and, let people know, okay, well, my experience and this experience and because of that and this and the other thing. And, occasionally, yep, I just pick up the computer, put some music on, I'm just going to dance around. And if you're by yourself and you're stuck in a house because of whatever, you're in a wheelchair, whatever the case is, yeah, I know. And some of us is like, this is like hell on earth. I don't really know anything about like actual real hell or anything, but it does suck. But yeah, I need to get litigious so that I can right force it out into the regular public. Right. So a couple of them might be precedent setting, but anyway, yeah, pro bono lawyers. Well, I'm just letting God know. Yeah, I accept. I'm receiving. It's all good. Right. Yeah, I receive and then I send. Right. I don't do both at the same time. And some of you were trying to do that, and it freaking hurt you. Like some of you have actually like there are you have some who have, you like quite literally destroyed your own mind. Yeah, some of you your mind broke because you were like, okay, no, okay, yeah, you can't do that. Why? Because it has not been made possible by God yet. Okay. That's all I ask of evolutionists. Like, well, just can you please? You can read the Protestant version. It's got a few less canons. Right, I got no issue with that. Right, the Catholic has more canons, which are books. Okay, yeah. So you can use the Protestant version if you want. All I'm asking is that we can have a conversation about it, and you can come at me, atheist stuff. Right? But first of all, I need you to be prepared. Okay, and I'm not going to allow anybody to be this disrespectful to me or you know trying to make me do stuff over and over again, and I'm just like, well, I know that this one is not Jesus trying to Miyagi me, right? So some of you can say what you want, you can get pissed off about it, but you're going to be, yes, cut off from communication with me. I mean, you guys haven't given me anything to live for anyway. And so anyone thinks like, oh, okay, fine. I'm like, this world will suffer dearly if I choose something. Yeah, you're not supposed to suffer for Christ. Right. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of books. There's like separate, yeah, stories of Adam and Eve, and some of them might be real. I just want the truth. That's it. I mean, I get people online tell me I'm beautiful and all that crap. Like, okay, great, thank you. That's nice. That's a compliment. But then, after a little bit of conversation, yeah, you need money. Okay, well, ask God. I'm not a bank. I don't know. I got to dissolve a music ministry because all these people are, oh, you get online. I need to complain. Oh my God, you're saying this. Oh my God. I wouldn't want to be you living in that skin. Okay? I would love to, have a relationship with a male, but there's some things need to be, yes, like, we're not going to sleep in the same bed. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I would not do that to someone. Okay, right? There's just some things no way. And I'm 53 and I have all sorts of qualifications to do stuff. And I've been through some shit, like getting raped and tortured, which is another reason, right? Safety online should fucking matter to everyone involved. Some people's parents will do that shit. Mine tortured me. Okay, there's plenty of evidence of that. Had CPS involved at one point, but you know what? Yeah, there was also one point where I'm like, well, I can't really be putting stuff on my dad so much because I know the master manipulator was my deceased mother. But I felt for him sometimes being stuck in the house with her after he retired. And I don't want to say shitty things about somebody, you understand? And yeah, I mean, she usually took it out on me. Every single thing, I don't even know. Like, just to this and not enough that, blah, 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 yada, blah, blah, I don't know. She was definitely, yeah, my brother Christian, also, he's dead. They're all dead. All of mine are dead, okay? I am not okay to be getting in a car and driving around if I don't know which symptom is going to hit me at any other point, except if I have a vehicle that drives for me. Right. I had to stop doing long road trips. I had to stop going to concerts. I had to stop doing a lot of things. But I was the one who made my own income. So, right, I had emergency money for up to a year. Medical stuff costs money. When people are lying and cheating and stealing from me the whole time, too, that kind of. Yeah, you were. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, here we go. Look here's one. Here's one of the ones that when you normally have free time. I don't know. Okay, because 7:30 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 1 o'clock, my phone is on do not disturb. Okay, I have occupational therapy. I have yep. Um, I do physical kinds of things in here. Right. So that I can, sometimes rigidity, I can't dance around. So this is another thing. It's like, and I know there's someone who likes the dance part, and I get it. I do too. But yeah, I've got too much muscle rigidity at this moment. And so, like, yeah, I'm having some struggles with my physical stuff. And so, yeah, that's why I'm moving around a lot. It's like, and then it's like you want to tell when you're trying to write something, it'll it'll like I have to put there's people who know because it happens to them, especially movement disorders, Parkinson, right? So like I'll put down the pencil and you know you know numerous years ago I could just start writing, but sometimes it's like it gets stuck. I put it, and I'm like actually like looking at it, like okay, move. Like I want to use the force. Oh, and I sometimes have to wait before my hand will start moving again. So I don't need another diagnosis, and I've never had anxiety. It's not what it is. I'm autistic, and I don't need to be cured of being autistic. And I'm in pain every single day. Some of it, I'm not sure exactly where it comes from, but whatever. I'm in pain management for the rest of my natural born life. I'm working very slowly. Don't have a lot of resources. Slowly but surely, working on a documentary that I'm hoping will help people understand some things. I'd like to, get that out before I die. I really didn't want to get married in my life, but hey, I, you know, so yeah, I have a high IQ, but that doesn't. I'm not trying to use it to brag. I'm not trying to use it for anything other than to say it's just a fact. It's information about me. It's just a fact. So yeah, I can get kind of nerdy on some things and like nerd out, but you know, they don't allow pets here where I am, and I gotta be honest with you, having various pets and animals around me for the majority of my life thus far has been extremely therapeutic and helped me do a lot of things. Can't have that now, so I can't go to a concert. Yeah, not like I used to. I mean, I don't have, I can't afford it. I'm not going to get a credit card. There's no credit cards. It's just done. Yeah, I'm the kind of person, I don't want to be in debt for any reason. So that's that. Um, and, I've got a decent life, all things considered, even with bad crap. People crap. And I forgave. There was one person who kept trying to push Jesus on me all the time. Like, I don't know what part of the fact that I get you. Like, I know. I'm like, I know, Jesus. I know. Right? Like, what? Well, who the hell are you worshiping? Like, what the hell are you talking to? That's not right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, but the people who got involved with my personal life and with my mother and with a certain thing didn't have any legal right to do that. So I don't care if they're going to have to like go through my mother's last will and testament and my dad's again. I found some things out about some people. Like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I don't. I may talk about people sometimes here and there, but it's only because I'm like, maybe I misunderstood. And I'll ask a friend, like what would you think of this, right? Like, am I, yeah, or is there some kind of perspective I'm not missing? So it's not gossip, it's more like I'm just trying to, yeah, figure out, like, am I, like, totally thinking wrong? Or does it seem, I mean, normal to do that? Or is it, right? Like, I don't really know. It's like, I don't know. If somebody tells me act normal, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? No. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing extra. So I'm going, yeah, long because I want to make sure that I get certain things said and online, and that is what I'm saying. I don't have to tolerate any of that. You're not going to be able to push me off the internet. Yeah, I mean, I see people who commit fraud right in front of my face. That's not okay. I've seen people who don't have PTSD, right? But they got taught, they paid someone to teach them how to act like they either have PTSD or some other thing. They got to rock back and forth. I'm like, and it takes everything I have not to start rocking back and forth. Okay? I don't have to be like that. I don't have to appreciate it. I don't have to let it continue. I don't have to sit around and like, oh, somebody will take care of it. No. And by the way, normal is not Kitty Genovese. Look up Kitty Genovese. Or have somebody look up for you. That is abnormal human psychology. That is not normal. Okay? Vast majority of humans, yeah, they might overload 911, right? But to not call at all because they think somebody else is doing it is not normal to humans. Mm-mm. Most would. Right. You're not sure, just like call 911 or at least go bang on somebody's door and, you know, run outside with a freaking, sledgehammer and start breaking bones of the attack. I mean, yeah, I would. Get the fuck. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Oh, yeah, I don't even care. I'm like, law enforcement even knows. I know people. And they're like, well, she's going to do it anyway. And I'm like, you're damn right I am. I'm standing right here. Everything around me becomes a weapon. Even when it's somebody else. Hey, I'm that kind of person. So I'm not trying to say, oh, look, I'm cool, blah, blah. No, I'm just trying to say I'm a real, authentic human being in that way. And I know what it's like, family members and all kinds of other stuff. And, you know, there's like a lot of things I needed to make sure I was sure about. Like making sure I was sure that I wanted to do not resuscitate. Uh, and making sure I was sure that uh, yeah, certain other types of treatment for it's basically treating symptoms and not it's not changing anything, it's not curing anything. So some medications I decided not to take because they're actually causing issues and it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. Hey, nobody's, that's what I'm saying. And then, yeah, not being able to be all up in ice hockey. That's hard. That's hard for me. Not being able to go to concerts, that's hard for me. Very. But still, music online, stuff like that. I'm glad that I can, use the internet. I gotta pay for it, but you know what? I mean, I can at least afford that, right? You know, the absolute bare necessities. But I've talked to so many different kinds of people from all ages to all shapes and sizes to all colors and all weirdness and all freak show and all not freak show. And I mean, the only thing I would actually, yeah, be willing to judge would be like the music. Yeah, like musical stuff. Right? But other than that, I'm a decent human being. And I've tried over the years to be a really good listener so that I can understand properly and communicate best I can and, you know, try and understand other people's perspectives. But so, yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm going to do what I need to do. Block and unfollow some of these accounts. And yeah, so I keep saying online, like, okay, all of everything you might need to know about me is online. Okay, Sam from the Crease.wordpress.com. This is online. My ex account. Okay, now those are the ones that I stick to because there are only 24 hours in a day. It is not okay for me to push myself, even though that is my natural habit built in over years. Okay? There's a lot that I could say, but I try and like, keep some of it a little more simple and a little bit at a time. Right? Some can, it's just because I know there's some people they need you to slow down. And yeah, if I were in a move, well, the United Kingdom, which includes Scotland, right? Like I'm still hi. Yep. How you doing, guys? Yeah, I'm looking for a sanctuary country so that I can, without interruption or people thinking they're my mom and dad and can make decisions for me. And I'm like, what? Who the fuck are you? What? Identify yourself. Because at this point, I have moved you now to, right, right, unknown hostile target. I don't care to kill him. I don't want anybody else get raped and tortured. I don't want people that engage you all kinds of stupid shit. That's not persecution. There's a difference. There's a difference between when God tests you as opposed to someone else. There's a difference. Okay. Yeah, I know. I could feel it. Like around by 2012, I'm like, what the heck? Now that is some way ancient. I'm picking up on. Like that's super ancient. Yeah, I know. All right. So, Lee, before I came to Christ, I was a pagan. I understand some of the language. I understand some of the way they think. Maybe, having a regular conversation and discuss it. But no, I'm in the United States of America, so I'm not going to force anything on anybody that way. But I'm allowed to stand up for myself. I'm allowed to point out liars, cheaters, and thieves. All right? And I'm allowed to say, yeah, I mean what I say what I mean. I'm not playing any games. I don't have time for that. I got all kinds of health situations, and I got to wrangle all that and keep the right medication. I don't drive anymore because I want to be safe. I don't know when I'm going to have a certain type of symptom. It's hard. It's not as predictable. There's not as much research. You need more researchers to look into these kind of things. And, that's all I'm getting at. So I don't need advice. Thank you, though. And I, when it comes to witches and all those other magical practitioners, like I'm, I can just in a few instances, not many, be a messenger because I know they're not for me. I mean, right? I know it's right, but it's not for me. And then because there is one who has been, yes, trying to, I'm not, who apparently is an enemy to witches, and I don't have any other information because, all that was, and then it was end of transmission, just indicated. So it was transmitted, but right, so that's all I can say, and then it's end of transmission for that. So I'm not getting anything that would apply in those situations. But right, I mean, I'm a female, so there's some things, some processes that were meant for females and some that were meant for males. So, yeah, I appreciate people's good thoughts and prayers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to deal with anyone online who wants to keep trying to make excuses why you can't look online and see some of my bio stuff and, see some of the things I've written about. But yeah, I mean, well, the UK, I mean, I've been eyeballing the UK I like them. I do, man. There's some things they eat. I know. I didn't know. I learned about eel juice online. Like, what? Really? Eel liquor? Yeah, there's some don't know that, so it just depends on getting where you are. But yeah, Scotland, I swear. It's like, wow. Yeah, picking up Scotland from for a long time, and it took a while for me to be like, oh, it's the University of Edinburgh. But there should be more colleges and universities who are, putting together interdisciplinary study, at least studies as like parapsychology, because it's that's the next step, and it's there even if you can't see it. Okay, so yeah, body sharing. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff may have happened. Yeah, hermetically and every most of them did not survive, and are in fact not in the book of life. Right. And there's some of you, yes, were turned against each other and, started killing each other off. And, right. Okay. So, yeah, the Holy Spirit would not use the name Mia uh, when referring to me. So, yeah, but that is my nickname. All right. So I'm a PhD, not a medical doctor. You know, if I felt like I had more time, yeah, I may do some stuff, but I'm taking a big break from school for a while. And I'm basically just trying to understand how certain people communicate. But, I mean, you guys are fucking ridiculous. That's how I feel. Any of you think someone needs to be cured of autism. Okay? I'm also not being heard by my doctors because, I don't know, I'm not dealing with, highly educated individuals. Okay, I'm not bitching at anybody about it. So, yeah.